No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
All right, everybody. It happened. James Harden has officially been traded to the 76ers. Let's read the actual trade before we start the jokes. So, James Harden and Paul Millsap, who asked, right? Got sent to the Sixers for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and two first round picks. Now, who won the trade? I know you're all wondering my opinion because it is the gospel. I think the Sixers lost the trade. All right, I'm going to be making fun of both Simmons and Harden, but let's start with Harden because I like him less. Um, First off, the Daryl Morey love for this man saying, Daryl said that James Harden is the greatest offensive player ever, which is dumb, right? Because didn't you go to MIT? You should know more than that. I can barely read, and I'm 100% certain that's not even close to the truth. Daryl, I have questions. Please name one good playoff series for James Harden. Just a one. Just one where he was solid through and through. Not one where he dropped 40 and then he was like 1 of 25 from 3 the next game. Like one series. If he's the greatest offensive player ever, you should be able to name one series, right? Because I can't. Now, I'm a Suns fan, so maybe I'm a little biased, but just check Chris Paul's numbers just last season from the Nets. Not the Nets, the Nuggets. The one series he was healthy, just look at those series. And this man is old as shit. And I don't think Chris Paul's the greatest offensive player of all time by any means. I think he's one of the greatest point guards, arguably the greatest. And I didn't watch Magic Johnson, so get off my ass. I'm not old. Why do I yell at people who don't exist? I don't know, but it helps, it helps. So yeah, I don't know. The James Harden stuff, I'm just not a huge believer. Now, I think he's somebody who could win a game by himself, but just deep down, I've just seen him do so much dumb, weak shit. It's hard to be afraid of him because it's like, one, now he has all these health issues. It used to be James Harden was healthy all season. Like the guy never got hurt. At least he had that going for him. But now he's just given up. His breasts have arrived, and he's always got hamstring issues. So it's like, what are you even getting? And then you got Paul Millsap. Do I even need to say anything? He's not even. All he does is get crossed over. So I think you lost, and you gave up some first-round picks, so your future's shot. And if I was Joel Embiid, I wouldn't love this. I wouldn't think James Harden would need to be the guy. A couple reasons. One, I already mentioned it. The Daryl Morey love. It's like, why are you so infatuated with this guy? If I'm Joel, I need to be the priority. I need to make sure you're building the team around me and my needs are met before fat James Harden is, because I am the generational talent. Not him so much anymore. It reminds me of like KD and Russell Westbrook. I feel like OKC loved Russell because it kind of came out of nowhere. It's like KD's the obvious choice, right? Like, yeah, obviously we all know he's going to be really good. But look at this diamond in the rough that we found. This shit is crazy, right? And they kind of made Russell the priority. And I'm sure that rubbed Kevin the wrong way and led him to leave. And also Russell Westbrook being awful a lot of the time, just taking the dumbest shots I've ever seen. But, and will we see James Harden concede to somebody that's not, one of his friends? I don't know. I don't know how that relationship is going to work between Joel and James, but I hope it doesn't work because I need my Suns to get a chip this season, or else I'm going to be sad. So those are my thoughts on the Nets. What the Sixers got. Now let's talk about the Nets, because Ben Simmons, I'm not that fond of either. I never thought he was that likable. It's just like, bruh, if you're getting paid all this money to play basketball, figure out how to shoot. It's not that hard. Fun fact, when I taught myself how to play basketball, I used to shoot with two hands, and I thought I shot with my left hand, but it was really two hands. That's how bad I was. I'm right-handed, shot with two hands, thought it was the left. Like, there's no reason for that to happen at all, you know? And one winter break, I just broke it down, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and figured it out. And now all I do is shoot threes. I'm basically like a Cameron Johnson. I just talk more shit, but everything else is exactly the same. The amount of skill, everything is exactly the same. So it's like, it's not that hard, you know? And I know I don't shoot on an NBA level or anything, but you have coaches. All I had was YouTube and willpower. You have more than I did, so you should be able to figure it out, right? Lonzo did it. He broke down his shot, fixed it up real nice. So why can't you? Because everybody's been telling you to get a jump shot for years. They're not teaching you to solve cancer, you know, or did I say solve cancer like it's a geometry problem? Cure cancer. They're telling you to get a jump shot and you're already a professional basketball player. It's the only thing you gotta focus on. So already I'm like, nah, not a fan. But he can pass good, okay. But like, also get better though, you know. He is a great defender, which obviously helps the Nets because they're not known for their amazing defense. But you know, I would also be wary because, I mean, adding Ben Simmons doesn't make you, you know, an amazing defensive team off a rip. Another thing, man hasn't played any basketball all season, so what's his shape like? And we got to talk about last playoffs. Did everybody forget the Hackett Simmons thing when this man was shooting 13% or whatever it was from the free throw line? Like, if your main thing is offense and you can't play offense because Ben Simmons is shooting free throws the whole game, it's like, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of your team, you know? So that's another thing you got to worry about. And you could say, well, maybe he worked on it during the off season or his extended off season. Really? Do you really think the guy that's that much of a bitch, he can't take accountability for his own terrible play? I mean, let's be real. Ben Simmons has just been pouting all season, still trying to come up on a check because his coach blamed him, kind of. Because his coach was passive-aggressive for 30 seconds. After arguably one of the worst performances any of us have ever seen, it's like, what's he supposed to say? Ben's our guy, we love him, even though he just let us all down because he's a bitch. And he didn't take any accountability, and he just pouted all year. So it's like, I think Ben and James Harden are pussies. So I don't love it. I mean, if I was Joel and you traded Ben to the Kings for like Tyrese Halliburton, maybe I don't know, like Buddy Hield and Halliburton and Bagley or something, I would probably take that as a win over Harden if I'm gonna be real. So I think both teams. I think the Nets won, but I honestly think both teams could have done better, if that makes sense, because the Nets, I mean, they didn't really have Harden anyway, so at least they got somebody who is probably going to want to be there for the long term. But, you know, Ben Simmons, can you really win around Ben Simmons? Well, I guess they don't have to, right? Because you have Kyrie and James Harden, or Kyrie and Kevin Durant, so it's not like they're building their team around Ben. So I guess the Nets are in a decent position. But you did give up James Harden and everything you gave up to get James Harden for somebody who may not even be able to play in the fourth quarter of a game. So that's what I'm thinking. So it's like, did you really win? I don't know. You could have traded James wherever you wanted to and got something out of it. Something better than Simmons, I think. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess we will see. But I don't think either team is going to win this season, TBH. I just think, I feel like when you add, because they're both point guards, right? They're going to be running the offenses of their new teams now. And I think that takes time. And I think the Bulls are good. I think the Cavs could shock some people. Like, I really wouldn't be shocked if the Cavs made the finals. I really wouldn't. I think I think they'd need a little bit of luck, but would anybody be surprised if somebody from the Nets goes down, one of their top, I guess, 3 now guys got hurt, and Ben Simmons ain't played all season? Would anybody be surprised if he had an injury? KD, we already know how that goes. Kyrie gets hurt every 15 minutes. So, yeah, now wouldn't be surprised about that. And then James Harden, I've already talked enough shit on him. Either will he be healthy or is he going to fold? That's how I view it, because it's going to be one of the two. And Joel, is he going to stay up? Is he going to stay up? What is a sleepover? Is he going to be healthy till the finals? Maybe, but I don't know. I wish him the best, except for the championship. I hope you make it all the way to the finals and then lose to the Suns, because I like Joel Embiid. He's funny. He's funny. He talks shit, and you can tell his heart is in it. So at least he has that. I cannot say the same for Benjamin or James. So that's just my opinion. I wonder if the Nets are going to make any other moves now that they got these draft picks. I hope not, because they're already pretty stacked when healthy. Now, are they ever going to play together? Probably not. Probably not. And, I haven't even talked about Seth Curry yet. How rude of me. I'm so sorry. That helps the Nets out a lot. They already had Patty Mills. Now they just have another one. He's pretty much the same player, just a little more goofy looking. I think more consistent too. So you gave the Nets even more offensive firepower. And I just assume I can't fucking talk. I see it as everything the Nets added was a bonus since James was too fat to play anyway. So, that's how I view it. And also, if I'm KD, I'm kind of pissed, because I brought you over here. This is basically my team, and I know I'm not healthy, and I know Kyrie's a lot, but we're supposed to be boys, right? And then you hear reports of James Harden showing up to games late, showing up to practice late. He's not in shape. He's sitting out. It's like, bruh, do you have to throw a temper tantrum first year? Like, can you give me some time? My fucking feet are long as hell. People are not supposed to be built like this. I get hurt a lot. It's just my thing. But I'm going to come back. I'm not out for the whole season. You got to be fucking throwing temper tantrums because you want to get traded? Kind of a bitch move. It's cold. I'm used to LA. I'm used to Houston. You have $500 million. Buy a jacket, bitch. Turn the heater on. You can afford a space heater. You'll be okay. People live in New York, and they don't bitch about it. People say it's the greatest city in the world. But James Harden's bitching. You know what I mean? It's like the taxes. This motherfucker's complaining about the taxes like he doesn't have a shit ton of money. Put it in crypto like everybody else. Ride the wave. See what happens. Take risks. I don't know. I think it was a big trade. We all saw it coming, but I just don't really like either of these players, to be real. I just think they're both whack people. Well, at least as far as the basketball court. I don't know. Maybe Ben Simmons is off giving gifts to orphans on his off time. I don't know what he does. Probably not. He kind of seems like an asshole, though. Let's be real. But that's it. If I forgot anything, ask me in the comments. Write down what you guys think of the trade. I haven't looked at any videos. I'm just on here talking as soon as I saw it. So that's it. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys later today. Peace. Oh, also, check the Discord because we may be streaming this Bucks game. Who knows? Okay, bye.